Yo, yo,
Hey man, what's going on? What's good?
you you got high this week? You look like you got high this week.
Nah, man, I guarded that shit.
Nah, but guarding is getting high, bro.
Bro, that game is
Guard nutters!
oh dude, that
Can we get much higher?
Bro,
Can we
that's
get much higher?
that it So did you get high this weekend?
Oh, I got high,
Hell yeah,
baby.
man. I was gonna call you a pussy for not getting high.
Oh, I got high. I got so high. I can't get much higher, baby. We in. We guarding up.
You know, I was sitting there waiting for the thing to start, and I'm like, I feel like this is going to be a mediocre to bad game that is going to be absolutely spiked into the fucking earth by the fact that it was the last video at the Game Awards. The expectations / mockery available are so high. Guard.
So you start that like I was expecting this, and you describe reality, and I'm waiting for the but.
Oh, that game's trash.
That is there you go. Okay, all right.
that game's like
so
it's mid.
It's not trash. I disagree that it's trash, but it is the forgettable 4. It's not doing anything that I particularly find interesting, and it bothers me by what it does do.
So I disagree with you very strongly on that.
Okay.
I do not think the problem with high guard, and I'm going to say it like that every time, is that
high guard.
It is not doing anything that I'm interested in. I think the problem of high guard is that it wants to do literally every interesting thing from every multiplayer game I have played over the past 10 years, and it does all of them kind of bad.
Okay. So
they make you do the tutorial in that game. They make you before you get into a match, and I can fucking see why. Because there are like 5 different multiplayer shooters in there.
And then it doesn't go on like it does the tutorial, but then there's like watch this video to explain a bit more. And yes,
which should have been in the tutorial.
And that the intro video at the TGAs is not quite giving you what exactly this game is, and when you see what it is, it's so confusing.
It is a mess.
Okay.
Of ideas. It is a soup with 100 ingredients that tastes like nothing.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. What it is at its core is running around a giant empty map with 5 other people in it, scraping to find things. But
so 5 people on your team, right?
No, 2 on your team and 3 on the other team.
Bro, I was like loading in, and I think I saw someone in chat say it, and then I looked up at the little party list.
Yeah,
and it's like, this is 3v3.
Like it feels like you're loading into a game of Night Rain. But then another team loaded into Night Rain as well, and you have to go find them and beat them while you're on the Night Rain map.
So we need to.
It's crazy.
I have like, you ever play something and then you're just bubbling with like development suspicion?
I mean,
like where you're
like, well, every time I see a bug, the fucking numbers go like I see.
Before we get to development suspicion, we need to describe what the game actually is to those of you who may or may not know. Because it's high guard, has many mechanics.
It came out, first of all.
It's out.
It came out, and
so
my
guess. What? Congrats, thumbs up.
My guess, as with others, was the reveal being so awkward at the TGAs, or not so awkward, but it was just you showed it off, and then everyone was getting excited for a thing that seemed to bring about some Titanfall 3 energy, and you showed off horseback guns, and people were pretty underwhelmed with that reveal.
They were.
And then it felt as if it were supposed to be, and it's out right now.
So that is the case.
It literally turns out that's the case.
Actually, Jeff Keighley was like, "No, can I show it?" And they're like, "Okay, Jeff." But the actual plan was supposed to be that yesterday or the day before morning that it was going to come out and it was going to blast a bunch of social media stuff.
Shadow drop.
And out now. And that stuff still happened. Like, they didn't change the lead up at all. They actually just waited until the day of launch to put out a bunch of videos.
And they the thing that came out was also saying that, like, because it worked well for Apex, so, you know, they wanted to sort of do it again here.
Oh, yeah?
That was in the interview. In the Apex case, that I remember that being mostly defensive against Fortnite stealing mechanics.
Apex came out like that for two reasons. One, it was fucking Fortnite was stealing everything. But two, isn't that game made by fucking EA? Don't they have like infinite resources to let you know about Apex
once it's
everywhere
after it's out? Yeah, well, you know, and this is, I guess, some of the former team, right? Like, ex Respawn folks.
So
and so, like, yeah, you kind of get to this, and I mean, I'm not gonna be able to pull all the different shooter things that it's doing from its sources. Okay, but I can feel them. As you're putting walls up and as you're mounting and as you're going from one phase into another. Yeah, you can feel these are coming from places.
So you load into your high guard tutorial and it's like, hey man, you can run and you can jump and you can shoot and
you can slide. You can Titanfall slide.
You can do regular shooter things, and the controls on controller seemed pretty solid. They felt pretty good. The frame rate felt terrible, just god awful. I had to turn everything down all the way to the lowest I could on my 4090 to get like a good, like, solid frame rate. Just ridiculous.
I booted up on console because I didn't feel like doing the fucking. I installed the PC version and it was like, hey, you don't have secure boot. Your secure boot thing is and it's like, here's the instructions to do that, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do all this for the bit.
I did that ages ago.
Okay.
So first up, you can hit rocks with your pickaxe melee weapon to gain currency to buy from a trader like a MOBA. On top of that, if you don't have money to buy from the trader at the MOBA, you can go to Apex chests.
Yes.
and you can get guns from Apex Legends that have been retrofit for this game.
Go do the mining game for the currency and go to the shop. Exactly right. Or Apex chests are out there in the big map.
Got, you know, gray, blue, green, purple, usual.
Pick one.
But then what you're doing is you're defending a base. And when you start, what you're going to do is you're going to use your wall strengthening icons to make a couple of walls around your base really strong so people can't break through. But what they're doing is that they're going to have 2 points to blow up on either side of your base that you have to blow up both, or 1 point in the middle that you have to blow up.
But it takes longer.
It takes a little longer, but not nearly longer enough. But it's in the middle to blow it up.
And you've also got on the larger map, besides the bases, you've got the zip lines.
Yeah, so go fast.
You can zip it back into the action and or respawn abilities and things.
Now, Wooly, so you get out into the map and you start to get into the gear up phase, which is actually listed at the top of the screen as gear up for like 2 minutes. And what you're doing is you're rummaging around your half of the map, and you're running around on your horsey or your bear to open up chests and mine for loot so that you can gear up for the ensuing conflict. Like Apex, right?
Sure.
Now, the maps are absolutely enormous. they're so enormous compared to the player size that I have a sneaking suspicion the mounts were added after the player size was locked down, because there's no fucking way.
No, I don't think so. I think it's not that the mounts were added later. I think that's part of the design, since it's the whole horseback integration is a big part of everything. I think it was meant to support more players, and for
whatever reason,
game, perhaps just like the stability or whatever the case is, they're like, nah, we got to do this with 6 people. And in a giant Apex style map where everything's closing in and so on, obviously
it is kind of a line. It's kind of like a blood gulch, kind of like, one base at the end of each side.
And the rhythm of those games is that like action is far and few in between at first, and then it ramps up and gets more and more.
Right.
And and here, by making it so that it's made so that like that happens as well, but it's the different modes having you spawn closer and closer to the action to make it replicate, I guess, that feeling of like you're getting into more gunfights as towards the end of the timer,
Yeah. So how does this play out? So there's a reverse flag that shows up. It's called the shield breaker, and you need the shield breaker to break into the opposing base. So, a couple minutes in, it'll go, oh, the shield breaker's right here. And go grab that and bring it to the enemy base so you can break in. So what you do is now you're playing Capture the Flag. So you started by playing Rainbow Six Siege, by building up your base. But the only thing you could do is reinforce walls. You couldn't do any of the cool stuff you do in Siege. Then you went out to scrounge up to play Apex, but the loot drops are actually really boring, and they're all just rarities, and that's it.
Or you did your MOBA deadlock mining,
or you did MOBA
and currency exchange.
You got currency to buy it.
Yep.
Now you're playing Capture the Flag in reverse, right? So you grab the flag and you bring it to the enemy base, and you get into the enemy base. And once you're in the enemy base, you're now playing Counter-Strike. Right?
Because the raid
phase. Now you're trying to break in and set up the bomb.
Yes.
And all that.
So now everyone is spawning either just outside the enemy base or inside your base, and the whole fight is taking place in this.
Right. Yeah. So all of these are done significantly less interesting than their contemporaries, but there's 5. You do 5 different types of games in one game. But my experience was leaving the base, gearing up like to a blue, getting to the shield breaker. One team instantly wipes out the other team in like a single firefight. Then it takes 20 plus seconds for the team to respawn, at which point the team with the shield breaker is already inside the base, at which point the defending team loses in about 2 minutes. And the matches are so short that no one gets their ult once.
Okay. I had a match that lasted quite a while. And I got my ult like 3 times.
Oh, wow.
And it was just a matter of chasing around the giant map to figuring out where to go and what was going on was taking some time. But I managed to get it multiple times. But yeah, the phase where everyone rushes the base or whatever, we had someone on the team that like put a quick respawn ult, I guess was their ability. Yeah. Like tentacles that you could spawn out from quicker. So that meant people could get back up faster and change the rhythm of things.
I see somebody in the chat saying I saw people with longer matches. I don't know what was going on with Pat's matches. I can tell you, if there's a clean sweep, if all 3 people of one team survive and take out the whole other team in one firefight at the shield breaker, it is wildly difficult to come back from that, because there is no contestedness to stop you from just walking into the base.
My match lasted like 40 minutes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So there was a whole bit of back and forth with got some of their points down. Now we go back and got the shield breaker over there. Now we're raiding, and so on, back and forth and back and forth. And in the meantime, again, whatever the mechanics are pulling from, all I can comment on is like, Hey, I think horses are cool. I love horses in video games. I'm a big fan when they feel great to use, and I don't have any issues with this horse here. But it ain't a robot.
No, man,
It
it's
ain't.
not.
It's a fast way to get around the map, I guess, ultimately. But like, as far as designing the whole thing around it goes, I'm like, yeah, you jump on and off like Torrent. It ain't. It ain't like a
Oh,
strong
by the
enough
way,
concept to build a whole identity around.
would
It's a
you like
strange way to go.
hear about a fancy achievement me and I think Asna also
I
unlocked,
heard. I think I heard.
where we loaded into a game and the other team all disconnected within 30 seconds, at which point we unlocked the achievement Protocol 3. Win a raid in under 12 minutes with one member of your team never dying.
Nice.
So I think the funniest thing is I
Protect
think
the
we
pilot.
would have gotten that achievement on all of the matches we played.
Mm-hmm. Because they all went like that. Wow. Yeah. Okay. I did not at all have that. It was a much longer situation going on there. And yeah, there's a thing that I'm hesitant to whenever I see a fantasy thing and I get a little bit of that, like, okay, are we doing anything interesting here? The mixture of fantasy and guns can be done in an interesting way. Nothing I saw here particularly spoke to me. I just, I was already sad. I remember when Apex was revealed and I was sad about the fact that that wasn't what I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
That wasn't more Titanfall. But I'm like, okay, there's some characters here and I can find something to gravitate to, I suppose. And I really didn't see anything here between the sword, the shield breaker, the overall.
No, they all look they're like Temu Apex characters.
I don't know what the word is to describe, like, just it's just a blend of everything, and thus nothing is distinct. It's the
it
thing,
has no identity at all.
Well, so the thing we say about the like frame, war, like face, like
absolutely,
like
but this is like the actual feel
the
and
game
visuals too.
Yeah, so we make fun of that for titles, just grabbing two words and sticking them together to make a generic, forgettable game name. But this is the feeling of it in the game itself. I just
it's 5 different genres combined to make kind of nothing.
Well, it came out, and there it is.
Like, that's, and like, if this had not been the last reveal of the Game Awards, it would still have a mostly negative review, but like, we wouldn't be talking about it. We wouldn't even think about it. We wouldn't have probably even heard about it. So I guess that works out for them at all as well.
I mean, there is a gamble that is like, yo, can we get some players to come from all walks of online shooters? Can we get Siege people and MOBA people, and can we convince people to jump over from Counter-Strike and everywhere? Can we pull them all in?
I feel as time goes on, I feel like Cliff Bleszinski is actually one of the smartest guys to ever be in the business, despite the fact that he's like a moron, scumbag, like possible thief. The fact that he was standing around for Lawbreakers going, well, every really big genre has room for like 3 games.
Yep.
The really gigantic one, and then like the second one that's not quite as popular, and then the third one. And like, people who play Fortnite aren't looking for a different game to play other than Fortnite, because they fucking play Fortnite. And if they don't, they probably play PUBG. That shit is donezo.
But
or
at the same
Apex,
time,
or whatever.
But at the same time, if something comes along and has enough, like, 1, visual pizzazz or thematic pizzazz, and 2, like, enough of you're blending things we already know and I'm familiar with this and it's working. So Deadlock, for example, is something that comes along.
I played it during my high
Yeah.
stream.
Okay.
I went back to it
Because Deadlock is an example of something that's like, nope, it's here, there it is, and you recognize everything that's happening here. But yeah, that seems to be working.
The amount of juice on display loading up Deadlock compared to High Guard was so shocking.
Or Rivals, right? Where it's just like, no, we're throwing our hat in the ring, third person, and it's team shooting. You know what it is, push the payload. But it's the characters, it's an art style that's really successful, and it feels fine, feels good,
I think MMOs and MOBAs really show off that distinction the strongest, where it's like, hey, I want to play the oldest MMO ever. Well, here's your World of Warcraft. Hey, I want to play it on my PlayStation. Okay, here's Final Fantasy. Hey, I want to play Dota. I don't really like Dota. Okay, play League instead. Oh, I don't really like it. I want to play it on my console. Okay, play Smite. And that's it. That's the end of the fucking discussion.
Now, the weird part is that, like, popping it on and seeing this start about making these observations and feeling this way, I'm like, I also don't play the genre, so I don't know sometimes if this massive map feeling, for example, is something that, like, maybe there's some people that like this, maybe there's a game or a genre,
not a thing.
maybe
No.
you know what I mean, maybe there's a part of this where, like, no, actually we like this because this is what, I don't know, Rust felt like or something.
No.
There's always that I'm always playing these going like, maybe somewhere else this is coming from somewhere.
So you know what games have big maps? Games like Battlefield that have vehicles in them, but the vehicles are like a significant part of gameplay. But the vehicles only work when a couple of people have vehicles and 50 don't.
Or your whatchamacallit, PUBGs and I was gonna say World War Z, but
you're gonna list a huge amount of games that have way more players in a map than 6 people.
Exactly. That's that's the thing, right?
But you can't have way bigger matches in High Guard because there's so many fucking mechanics going on at the base defense level that if you had like 10 people inside like the point, it would be a completely unplayable mess. That's why Siege has 6v6, but everyone dies instantaneously. You don't have a 6v6 on the fucking point in Siege. There's like 2 guys left on each team by the time you get there.
Yeah, I am imagining let's say you double up and you go 6v6 exactly, or even bigger or wilder. The moment you have to get now spawning into this base assault mode, it just becomes madness. Like, a complete shit show. Also, horseback does not apply to the raid modes. That's more for the open field and thing character. Anyway, whatever.
So here's what I don't get. So you know how MOBAs have like little guys that go down the lanes and then they have the tower to stop you. The map is like built with the 2 bases towards each other. It kind of feels like that. Except they removed the little dudes would be there in a MOBA, or the little extra guys that you would shoot in Titanfall, right, for points. And they've replaced them with fucking nothing. Like, with nothing. It is a dead ass empty map.
Yeah, I mean, there's a character that can like make these little demons spawn, and I think they go get you like ammo, and there's an ult that is like another thing that's on the map ultimately. But no, you're just riding around the map, and you might run into somebody. You might run into someone, or you might just mine some ore. It also
feels like fundamentally flawed out of design, because like the only things that push players to interact with each other is the shield breaker. And that pushes all players on the map to interact with it immediately the second that it spawns, right? There's no like secondary nothing.
And
like when I was mining and getting loot, I didn't see other fucking players. I saw people when I got to the fucking shield breaker.
And this is like their first game, right?
I don't know. The company probably.
Wild
the people
Light?
No.
But like, because the thought is that new studio, right? People that coming from, of course, that are experienced coming from elsewhere, but new studio, new game idea, everyone kind of wants it to be a little bit of everything because that's what you're designing for, something that can drop into the market and hopefully just grab a little bit of everything, you know?
Every single one of those gameplay types could have been a much better game if the other 4 types had been removed.
If you just committed to one.
There are 5. What about 2?
Yeah.
What about 2?
Well, I'll say like Deadlock is let's take a MOBA, but let's make it
let's take a game and make it for freaks that have let's lost touch with their humanity.
But instead of like MOBA angle, it's a shooter, you know?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's take the complexity of the MOBA and also add the complexity of the shooter to the MOBA. For absolutely sick freaks.
Or I mean, the fact that that game, you can be like, I'm going on a side quest to find a mini boss in a room under a building, and
well, I mean, that's jungling, man.
I guess that's
jungling.
But it's just like, meanwhile, the game continues up here. But no, this is valid too. There's that, or like I mentioned, Rivals is like, hey, what if we just took the camera and put it back here? You know.
Yeah, I'm calling you a sick freak, AMD bros.
And also, I will another point to Rivals' favor is not everything and everyone is a gun.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's not about picking up guns or equipment. It's about like your character's kit in particular or whatever, you know.
I saw a video Sajam put out a long time ago. I think it was like 6 months ago. That was like basically like learning Deadlock is like the most miserable experience.
Yeah, I remember that one. I remember that one. Yeah,
where he's just like, there are so many things happening and you lose so hard for so long. He's like, I don't know how anyone without infinite free time is getting into Deadlock. Luckily, Steam has a ready supply of guys with infinite free time, especially if it's free.
I feel it sucks that like we are, you know, we're in a place where brand new awesome ideas are exceedingly rare. All you really get is like refining things that already we've been doing and adding enough quality of life and just keeping it basic and addictive, you know, is kind of all you're trying to really do, like perfect, I guess, the existing recipe. But yeah, too much in the gumbo pot, and well, gumbo's meant to be a mix of all things, maybe bad analogy.
Yeah, but you still need core ingredients.
I feel like this is a type of thing you can commit resources to where you don't really get much of an identity, and like you're hoping that the horseback is going to be the identity. It feels like a lot, you know, when you see the mounting the statue pose with the gun and the you know, moments, it's like you're looking for that to be the identity, is like not strong enough.
I feel like we're in video games, I think right now that we're at the technical debt era in which like getting nicer things and substantively transformative new like technological experiences is basically done with. We're at the point that like film hit once we had like color and decent cameras and good microphones, and that like we're past the point where you can point a fucking camera into the snow cabin and have a scene going on in the background of Citizen Kane through the window, and everybody loses their fucking mind because they'd never thought to shoot 2 simultaneous scenes with one through the window in the background, right? That was like the fucking NES and the Super Nintendo and the Genesis level, right? Now we're like, okay, so what is it? Style, narrative, you know, je ne sais quoi, all the little bits. It's less easy to just be like, I mean, when Battlefield came out, it's like, hey, you want to fucking fight in World War II with like 100 fucking players? Holy shit, dude! Yeah, I do.
So, you know what game was like similarly ambitious? I'll say, is Mecha Break. in that it went.
Can't believe there's a whole fucking battle royale just fucking hiding around in that fucking game.
It's
good too.
And they've just made them all different modes. Instead of making it's like instead of taking Mash Mac and capture the whatever point capture and deathmatch and then stratum static whatever the barrier rush mode or the flag mode, they have all these modes, and then they have the standard modes and remix modes. But like the whole premise of the game is, I don't give a shit, I just want to pilot my robot, man. And does it feel good when I'm in the robot? Yeah, okay, cool. What do I do? Am I killing the other robot while I'm on a point that's moving, or flying around to capture the flag moment, or is it a big open space? Whatever. I just want, like, that's all we're trying to do here. Make sure that feels fun, and then the things we're doing that around can change. Which is, I mean, also that's what Titanfall is, really.
Yeah.
And it works in that context, because like you're able to just kind of. And within that too, you also kind of figure out like, oh, people like this mode more than the others, because like the playlist in Titanfall, for example, is like that shit never goes through all the modes ever. Like the first month that game is out, maybe you can try other modes, but then it immediately just falls into fucking the classic deathmatch or point captures. You know, you can't fucking get any other things going. Yeah, I kind of just like. You see a much simpler approach in a game like Mecha Break that works out.
Yeah, I have some games that I played this week on Beat the Backlog that are like blank plus blank. Right. They focused on one tried and true idea and one different tried and true idea, and everyone's kind of trying to chase like the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup of video games. By the way, bad example. Have you had a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup lately? Me and Paige heard they changed the recipe like 6 months ago.
It's been a while.
And had one. Shit.
Oh, no.
Like shit.
Are you crazy? What?
No, they're terrible. They're shit.
They changed it? That's insane.
Yeah.
Man.
Like straight up shit.
I gotta know.
I would not eat one if you handed it to me.
Because like I'm picky about my sugar, but like for a long time,
you'd be so mad, dude.
Yeah, well, for a long time, I just kind of like the branding worked. If I saw an orange wrapper thing, I'm like, yeah, okay, let's run that. Let's try that out because I love Reese's Pieces in particular. Fuck, that's stupid. Especially considering there's so many other peanut butter cup like imitators that taste way worse. I feel like there's a lot of ones that try and fail horribly.
Shit.
The only other ones that I thought were really solid were the Trader Joe ones.
I never had that.
Those are good. I liked those. But like a lot of them fall flat. So god damn it. That's
god awful. I'm super, super upset about it.
Is this a Canadian thing? Or is it like
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it might be worldwide. God awful.
Fuck.
So we played High Guard, Wooly. What's your takeaway?
Midgard.
Yeah, I deleted that shit off my fucking computer. I don't give a fuck about that.
I mean, it only.
How many matches you do? How many matches you do? That's the question.
I played for about 40 minutes.
You played one match?
I played one match.
Okay, Wooly. You know how many matches I played?
Yeah.
You want to guess?
5.
I played 3 matches. One was an instant disconnect. Okay. You want to guess how long I played for?
Mm-hmm.
You want to guess?
Well, you said your games went quicker, so does that mean 40
about
minutes?
40 minutes. Yeah. Every single person I see spent like 45 fucking minutes with it. And went, I'm not, no. No.
I like the part where I didn't expect it to go as long as it did, and the part where it was like, all right, now comes the next phase, and it was like 30 in, and I was like, oh, this is also like a MOBA deadlock length of time for the match. How long does a game of Siege go for?
It can go for a bit. It depends.
Okay.
It does have a timer on it though. People in chat will be able to answer us. But Rainbow Six Siege matches can go really fucking fast.
Okay.
Like near instantaneously fast. But they can also go to about 25, 30 minutes.
man.
Oh yeah, it's multiple rounds. That's right. I forgot it's multiple rounds.
Ranked can
Attack, defend, attack, defend.
Yes, yeah. You both have to get your shots. Yeah. Okay, so boy, ranked for this would be take a while.
Hey.
Even like even stuff that like came and went that I spent a bit of time on, like Gundam, the Gundam hero shooter. I don't even remember what it was called. Shit. That one. That was I it was fun though. I did enjoy that.
I gotta tell you, I played a lot of fucking multiplayer games across an enormous amount of genres, and you know what I keep coming back to over and over and over and over? There is a really, really specific sweet spot for how long any given multiplayer match can last for each genre. And for a shooter, it is 10 to 25 minutes is the sweet spot. Anything shorter, you're like, what the fuck? I didn't I didn't even get to play compared to the matchmaking.
Okay.
Any longer, and you're like, I'm not gonna start a match because I don't want to get stuck here for too long if I'm losing.
So this is the real question inside your statement is, if you're getting stomped out, if you're getting curb stomped, how long must you commit?
Oh, in high guard, not long at all, man. Oh wow.
Because it felt like I was getting curb stomped because people were just like, well, what are we doing? How are we playing? And then my team came back and blew up the main thing in the middle, and then it was like, oh shit, actually we're fine. Yeah. Okay. It felt
that also works for co-op stuff too. That works for a Helldivers mission.
Yep.
That works for a Darktide mission. That works for a Left 4 Dead mission. How long, if I want to sit down and play Darktide, how long is one mission going to be? Is it going to be 15 to 25 minutes? Yes. Yes, it is. If I play a Helldivers mission, even if we scrape the whole map for shit, it's like half hour.
And then you got, and then I guess, and then the thing is too, is like, you got your hero shooter stuff because everyone's got their little ability as well, their R1, you know? So someone's was like, put up the wall, and you're like, here is your Groot wall, or your, you know, whatever, your basic deflection wall and any other thing. And in the raid phase, then it serves to replace a wall that was blown up on one of the reinforced things on the base. But in this open giant thing, it's a mild inconvenience in the firefight, I guess.
It's like
and
who gives a shit?
And I saw, I guess, what looked like 8 or 10 characters.
Yeah.
There. Free to play. So the idea is, I'm assuming they're going...
I took a look at the cosmetics too, and they are not inspiring.
This is where I was going. Free to play.
They're not inspiring.
Therefore, you're going to win people over with the aesthetics and the cosmetics, because that's where you spend the money, right? And I'm like, I already I feel it's tofu in my mouth looking at the game. What are you going to pull people over with to spend money on? Yeah, because what do you throw out on top of this? What condiments?
I don't know. Yeah, no, this game is like cooked.
Oh man.
It's oh yeah, I don't know. Somebody pointed out, thanks Sci-Fi Brony, where when I loaded into the tutorial, I don't know if you noticed, but the default gun you start with in the tutorial is labeled missing string, and it has an ammo count of missing string.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah. Okay.
No, I booted up the PS5 version. When I went to talk to
It was not a good start. It was not a good start to that experience.
Yeah. There was even the part 2 where it's like, you know, your main arm, sidearm, and then pull out your heavy anti-Titan weaponry.
Oh yeah.
And I just felt like I held triangle to pull out the anti-Titan weaponry, and I kind of went
oh, my mistake. The gun was named missing string, missing string, missing string.
Wow. Okay.
Fucking. What a good one.
Well, anyway. Hey, they brought back fuck, what was his name?
Wow.
I kill you, I'm better. You kill me, you're better. The from Apex and Titanfall, and it's the same voice actor from the tutorial guy.
Oh, that's fine.
All right, whatever. Blisk.
That's fine.
Blisk. The guy who's Blisk's voice actor who talks to you in both games is the guy they got for this one.
That's cool.
Okay, well, I'm out here in that lore, I guess.
Oh, yeah. High guard lore. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Did you know Viper had a daughter?
No, man, I did not.
Yeah.
Wait, Viper? Who's Viper?
From
Titanfall?
From Titanfall.
Oh, right, yeah.
His daughter's Valkyrie, and she's a playable character, but she's not inside a Viper. She's not inside a Titan, so she's got.
Remember, like every character they put out for Apex, you're just sitting around going, oh, "Is this one going to be a pilot?" No.
The closest thing you got is here's a pilot's daughter, and she's got to do all the stuff that he did and say his quotes, but with a jetpack instead of an actual.
And I remember
cool
I was like, does she run on walls like in Titanfall? And the answer was no. It's like, just put that exact character's kit into the game. And then the answer to that, I think, was like, we can't because they'd be too strong. I'm like, yeah, that's the character I want to play.
It's just a different game entirely. And yeah, look. Every day we fall further from God's light with this shit, and by the time Valkyrie dropped, it was just like, can I get crumbs of feeling like I'm piloting a North Star? No? Kind of? When she hovers for a little bit? Maybe? It's so like, we're battered and bruised in this relationship, man.
I got to have another Apex moment where I'm sitting around going, oh man, and somebody says, oh, what about Apex? And I go, I don't want to play Apex in a team. Like, you can play Apex solo now. It'll still cue you into a team match, but you'll start the match solo. I'm like, I don't mean that. I obviously don't mean that. Why does everyone get confused every time I see that? Yeah. I just want a fucking solo queue. God damn it.
Yeah. And I think too, just to say that, like, I always, as someone who often is like, yo, try new things, etc., and you're seeing this again, this gumbo game here, but it's a new IP. It doesn't actually have to be like, I love robots and I love wall running and speed and all the cool shit, and it just comes together in a really dope way that makes it feel fun to eject out of your both Titans and grapple each other in the air and fucking. It's sick, but it doesn't have to be robots. It doesn't have to be any of that stuff, like, realistically, right? Like a shooter could come along that feels that good to move and play, that is completely differently themed, that has a completely different thing going on, but it's fun in its loop and in what you can do and how the movement goes and all that. That would just as easily capture my heart. Right, so every time I'm actually, like, I'm saying Titanfall because I want more Titanfall, but if the devs leave and go work on other shit and it feels super sick and cool and just as fun, I'm all for it, So I don't want this to look like, no, you're obsessed specifically with that IP, because I'm like, nah, once upon a time that IP meant nothing, and it came out and it was cool. So other IPs can come out and be cool, but not if it doesn't feel like much is going on with it.